Aries, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It's a message for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. This is an energy reading, guys, so please take it where and how it resonates in your life. This is your message, and if you're not an Aries and you're not even into tarot, and you're like, why did this even pop up on my feed? Because you have to hear something in this message. It is absolutely your message. And this is where the message begins. So I just had a data dump in front of me. Like that's the best way I can explain it as a tarot card reader. A whole bunch of cards just kind of like fell out. And you could see it. You could rewind it and look. You could see it. So what does that mean? This week you can expect something to just hit or fall into your lap or happen all at once. There's going to be no subtlety here, Aries. Just an FYI. Now, how this plays out and in what area of your life it plays out, listen to the message and really pay attention to where it's resonating, like where it's sounding familiar. Because some of you, it'll play out in your romance life. Some of you, it'll play out for your careers. Some of you, it'll play out creatively and what you're building into the world, maybe even family. So, but take it where it's going to resonate. Something is just going to like, it's not necessarily even a shitstorm because it didn't come out all over the place. It literally just like plopped out. It just was like, and there's a lot here. So let's go over it. And this is what's on top. So it's new beginning, it's new start, it's new inspiration. It's feeling like rejuvenated. This to me is like being given the baton, being handed a baton. And being handed the baton is a classic metaphor for a new opportunity. Right? And having passion for it and being excited about something. So let's understand this a little bit better. Where did you start off? Worry, concern, sickness, staying up at night, maybe not being able to rest, not feeling good, or being so stressed out that you're not feeling good. This is a sense of having too much going through your head so that you're very, very on edge. Anxiety, could be mental illness, all of those things. Either way, it's not comfortable and something's probably keeping you up at night. And it's narcissism. Narcissism, attack, hurtful people, or maliciousness. This sense of trauma that can come from being in the presence of somebody or people or a situation that really tried to hurt you. This is something that, listen, bottom line is it's not good. It's not good and you got to get it out of your life. And on some level, you know it, but maybe you don't want to admit it openly. But the the high priestess is somebody who doesn't need to admit anything openly. There's also a Piscean, a new moon that's coming. So watch out. There's going to be some, not watch out, but that's a timeline, by the way. If you're watching this, I'm talking about the Pisces full moon that happens in 2025. It's going to be late February 2025. So know that that's around the time all this energy was popping off. You might want to go back to it and look it over. This is a sense of understanding, knowing it, a knowing that doesn't need proof, a knowing or an understanding that is intuitive in nature before it's even spoken, having deep insights into something. So it's almost like you know this. Not just on a psychic level, but on an intuitive level, you know something ain't right. You know something is up. You know something is off. And you're absolutely correct here. Sleep on it. Think about it. Maybe you need a break from it. In other words, Aries, get some perspective. Take a second. Take a while away. In other words, if you haven't gotten to, if you're in the state of discomfort, God is asking you to even just get a day away. Take a day away. Take space so that you can get perspective. Because you not letting something sink in is all a defense mechanism to try to get through the next day. But if you took a break from it, then it would be glaringly obvious. And you'd be able to get to a place where you consciously accepted it. So that's a little bit of advice there for you. And then we have the message is going to come through really, 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 really clear. Like you knew something or somebody was coming back or something was showing up or something, there was a message that was going to come through to you. If you've been really worried about defeat, if you've been worried about like not something bad happening, but something sort of ruining a situation or something that you really wanted not coming through for you, let me say this to you right now. You're getting a message that's going to clear that up for you. There is competition here. But in other words, you're still in the mix. You're still in the fight. And you are going to be given this opportunity. You are. This is something competitive. God doesn't want you to give up on it. But take some time, take some space, give yourself the ability to have a break from this stress, because the stress isn't doing you any favors, and it's just not. It's not going to speed things up. To be honest with you, I don't think it's going to slow things down either. I just think that what you need right now is a rest period and a distance from this level of stress, because something is coming in here. Now, this could be up to 4 weeks. This could be a moon cycle. That it's like up to 4 weeks until you hear from somebody. But you're going to hear, and until then, there's instability. And there might be a little bit of fear with regards to money, or happy birthday, Doug Denny, financial resources or resources in general. Not that you don't have it, but things being like wishy-washy or wonky, or adjustments being made. And you might have to just fight for something, or you might have to put in a little extra effort, or just it's saying, don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. I'm telling you right now, you got the opportunity. You're going to get to that point of being offered to take the reins. So all this stress isn't going to rob you from this opportunity that is absolutely inevitable. And it seems like all of this is falling in your lap. So the Four of Swords might actually be an indicator that you've been waiting to hear from something, and now you're finally going to and there's this sense of don't give up on it. Or by the end of the week, this could be 7 days, right? It's like, don't give up on it, because you're still in the running, I think is what the cards are saying. You're still a competitor. You're still a contender. And the baton is about to be offered to you. So let's see. And all of this, bam, falls on your lap this week. So how does that all come about? A Tower moment, the Star card and the Tower. Something hits hard, maybe something just gets destroyed, or you think a dream falls through, or something that you aspired to, it's like you don't aspire to anymore, or something that you had hoped for kind of comes crashing down, or this is just a sense of disappointed aspirations, especially with regards to a love affair. Something is now clear, or you're making a decision that's just right on time, and that is to move away from whatever is stressing you, and that message coming through, or being able to finally communicate that. So there's something here with a relationship or a partnership that you've made a decision on, and the decision is to get away or move away. Maybe the both of you are moving together. But the Knight of Swords indicates that there's a conversation that's coming in, that the decision is going to be made, and it's going to be spoken about, spoken aloud, or announced. Taking action on your thoughts, or finally telling somebody that you have to move away. And that could be stressing you out too, especially if you're in a loving relationship, this sense of I've got to go somewhere for a while, or I'm going to need to go away again, or I'm traveling, or my job wants me to move, something like that. If it's a bad situation, if it's unhealthy, then what's going to come to you now is the strength and the courage and the ability to just say, I'm done. I'm leaving. And everybody stereotypes Aries as like, not stereotypes, but like Aries would just say it. They wouldn't take any guff. They wouldn't take any shit. But just like Any hard ass, when you're in a relationship and you've finally fallen in love, Aries holds on for too long. You know, they fight to not accept the truth that would make them leave if they accepted it. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they fight against themselves, which is that Knight of Swords energy. So now it's like there's clarity of finally a decision. I gotta get out of this. I gotta get away from it. I gotta move on. If this is a toxic situation you're in. If not, there's finally a decision to say, now is the time that I've got to get going and I've got to move on this, and I can't wait anymore. I'm not waiting. I'm not letting anything get in my way. That's what the Tower could also be. This sense of my dreams come above anything. So I'm not going to let anything get in the way of my dreams come true. And I'm going to be going toward it, and you're going to be making moves toward it. It's almost like as soon as you get that message in, and the message could be coming in, this is more of an official message. It's not just like a text message, could be email, could be an actual letter. So communication that says, you got to come, you got to go, you got to get going, you got to go for this interview, or you got to go to this place, and you're just going to say yes because you want to. You just got to say yes. It has to happen. Ooh, okay, this is in the past. Recognition and reward. This could even be past life. I think this is something that you've wanted from a very young age, or something that you've wanted for a while, or something that you feel it's almost like you've disconnected from yourself. Like this is something you're really good at, or you've always been really good at. This is something that you could have been destined for. This would have been way in your past, though. You've wanted this for a while. The waiting game. Yeah, you've been waiting for a while. You've been waiting. You've been waiting for this. You've been waiting for this for a long time. Okay. So how is it coming in? Oh, like I said, it's a letter. What's going on? Nope, you're definitely moving toward it. Whatever you've been waiting for a while, or you've been waiting for a response, maybe you even studied it. You put the time in. You definitely have invested in. You've been investing in this outcome for quite some time. I don't know how long. Could be different for each of you. It seems like for a while. Like, so it's almost been like it's been for so long that it's a part of your identity, right? Because you knew that it was a good investment. And now the waiting game is over. This is the 2. This is the trying to find balance. Now you're finally able to move forward. On whatever it is, there's movement here. Let's get a moon card, Aries. Let's get a moon card. Let's get a moon card. Hold your vision. God does not want you to give up. Maybe you were tempted to. Don't. You're only halfway there, and guess what? This is the last end of the. God is trying to say, like, this is why you felt stagnant. This is why you felt like blurry. This is why you felt stressed, because you almost thought it was over, but this was your halfway mark. And halfway is now you're actually getting there. Now, this is the hardest part is over, because now once you turn this corner, you're going to see this in the distance very clearly. Meditate and contemplate, pray, focus, hold your vision, know this in your mind, decide it, because that is your way forward. But you got to hold faith emotionally. You got to keep those vibrations up. And I think you're going to, you're going to be very, very happy. First of all, stay in the vibration of happiness. This is going to lead to success. But second of all, you're going to be very, very content with yourself. This is going to be something that makes you extraordinarily happy. Ace of Swords could have been, there could have been some wound, injury, damage, ending, death, pain, suffering, struggle that you experienced between being really, really innocent and then hitting hard times. And now it's like almost like the good times come back, but in a much more solid way, in a much more mature way, in a way that you're able to actually, like, it's not just a dream, right? It's like you're not chasing a dream anymore. You're chasing a reality, but it is that dream, but it's the dream come true. And it's always harder in reality, but you're very, very happy with that. You're very, very sure of yourself. The Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords was something that was really, really bad. This could have been an injury. This could have been an attack. This could have been not too long ago. You went through some really hard shit. Let's put it that way. Ace of Swords in reverse is struggle and hurt and pain. And coming out of that, there was a lot of stress and a lot of defeat, but ultimately you're coming back even better because you're about to be handed. Remember, we had the Ace of Wands and now we have the Ace of Pentacles, a big, beautiful fat check, fat reward, job offer. Yeah, this is the job offer that you wanted. So it's like whatever it was, it's almost like you sacrificed something not too long ago, or sacrifices were made. The world says you finished up a cycle in your life. You're now much more contented and much more sure of yourself. This is the energy of emotional stability. You had to get to this point to be willing and able and capable of receiving this blessing. You had to be content in yourself before other people were going to be content in you. But definitely your life is about to change because you're mature enough to hold it now. That wasn't true before. And this shit that you experienced, it made it possible. So whatever you've wanted, it's not like you were always meant to have it. You were just not strong enough to hold it yet. And that instability and the tough times that you recently went through were sort of the last lesson that you had to learn to understand how to hold it, how to hold the responsibility and the heaviness of a blessing. Blessings are heavier than trauma. Blessings are heavier than struggles. Blessings are only for the strong. They're only for the people who are humbled and grateful enough to know that a blessing is just holding on to a little piece of God and it doesn't belong to you. It's there that you have to take care of. And I think now, after you've been through what you've been through, there's this energy of now I know what to do. Happy birthday, Danny. I've completed my cycle. And there's some approval that's coming in from somebody that really believes in you, really knows that you're the capable party. So I gotta tell you, I'm not even sure this is gonna feel so much like a reward as it's gonna feel like a relief that you finally got there, a relief that all the pain and the struggle and the not giving up was for something and not for nothing. So, okay. Time to go. You're leaving. You're going somewhere. And we got 9 again. It's like you're ready to head out, head through the door, head through a portal, head through the next chapter in your life, right? And you are. I feel like you're visiting somewhere, you're traveling somewhere, you're leaving for something. You're ready. Are you ready? Are you packed? I would pack. Let's go to the extended. Come with me there first. I'll see you there.